Hello everyone, Gliderman here. So today we're going to be looking at creating the constructor for our project 1 here. And that's so that we can actually do a couple more advanced things that we can't typically do just in our main method, which is our insertion point into our program. So what we're going to do for right now is we're going to go down here, and we're going to type public with a lowercase p. We are going to type project 1 as we have up there, just like that. And this is designated as a constructor because it does not have a return type, which would typically go in here. With the void main method, it's just got void there. Static is not a return type, I will mention. That's just something that can be called without actually creating the class. It's a little bit weird, but we're going to basically ignore it for now, except for that little example there. So void or boolean or whatever. But since the constructor will always return an instance of this class, then it does not have a return value, so we don't put anything there, because that's also how we designate a constructor, and it doesn't make sense to try to return two things. You can't do that. So we're going to do an open parentheses here, and that would typically be where you can put parameters into that method that you could use later on. In our main method over here, we have parameters that we could use, we just didn't use them. And they are typically the command line arguments when you're starting up the program. So we're going to just add a space for now, and we're going to do an open brace. Press enter, and it's going to autocomplete a bottom brace. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut all of these out of here using Command X on Mac or Control X on Windows. And then we're going to select here, and we're going to do Command V on Mac or Control V on Windows, so that it will print the stuff here. In here, we're going to add a space there, and we're going to create a new, typing new, project 1, and then we're going to add open parentheses, which will autocomplete with close parentheses, and that's, for example, where we would put in parameters. So let's just say we had a parameter that was an integer, and we're going to call it a. So if this wanted an integer called a as a parameter, we could pass in 4 as a parameter. Let me just add a semicolon there. So that would get added into there. And so we can just add another system out, print line, a parameter, and then a, just like that. So now that parameter that we've passed in will get output there. And that can be a variety of other things, whether it be, the command line arguments, or even in a completely different class that we're passing in. It could be like the pilot or whatever. It doesn't really matter. So now we're going to remove the static from here. Just delete that. There we go. And that is basically just to clean out that code a little bit, because we are not using them as a static value where they are there no matter what, even if this isn't created, because we're using them in here when it is created, when we've created a new project 1. So if we just save this, Command S on Mac, Control S on Windows, or the little floppy disk icon up here, and then we're going to click Run. And then over here, in our console, you're going to see that our parameter that we passed in, which was 4 here, got output there, and then all of our other stuff stayed the same. So that's just a quick little introduction to a little bit of the static stuff again, and parameters, and moving stuff from our main method and into here. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!